Hello and welcome. Are you feeling the effects of aging, maybe noticing more aches, pains, or just not feeling as vibrant as you used to? You might be dealing with something called chronic inflammation, a hidden challenge that many older adults face. This isn't the temporary inflammation you get from a cut or sprain. This is a persistent, low-grade inflammation, sometimes called inflammaging. It's a major contributor to serious health problems like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even cognitive decline. But what if I told you there's a powerful natural tool you likely already have in your kitchen that can help fight this inflammation and promote healthy aging? I'm talking about dietary fiber. Could boosting your fiber intake be the key to reducing inflammation and protecting your health as you grow older? Stick around, because in this video, we'll explore exactly how fiber works to combat inflammation, its incredible impact on aging-related diseases, and share practical, easy tips to get more of this super nutrient into your diet. Let's dive into how you can naturally fight inflammation as you age. Understanding inflammation and aging, the hidden link. So, what exactly is this chronic, low-grade inflammation we mentioned? Think of it as your body's immune system being stuck in a low-level alert mode, constantly releasing inflammatory substances, even when there's no immediate threat like an infection or injury. While short-term inflammation is a vital part of healing, this chronic type becomes more common as we age, silently causing damage throughout the body over time. This persistent state is what scientists often refer to as inflammaging, a sterile chronic inflammatory state directly linked to the aging process itself. Why does it become more prevalent with age? Several factors contribute, including changes in immune function, accumulation of cellular damage, shifts in the gut microbiome, and lifestyle factors like diet and exercise. The real concern is that this ongoing inflammation acts like a smoldering fire, contributing significantly to many of the most common diseases associated with aging. We're talking about cardiovascular disease, where inflammation damages blood vessels and promotes plaque buildup. It's linked to type 2 diabetes by increasing insulin resistance. It plays a role in neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's by promoting inflammation in the brain. And it's even associated with an increased risk of certain cancers. Understanding and managing this hidden inflammation is therefore absolutely crucial for improving not just how long we live, but how well we live, our longevity and overall quality of life as we get older. Recognizing inflammaging as a key target gives us a powerful strategy for healthier aging. How fiber helps reduce inflammation in aging bodies. Now for the good news, dietary fiber emerges as a superhero in the fight against inflammaging. Numerous studies have shown a clear link. Higher fiber intake is consistently associated with lower levels of key inflammatory markers in the body, such as C-reactive protein, CRP. But how does fiber actually accomplish this? The magic primarily happens in your gut. Dietary fiber, particularly the soluble and fermentable types found in foods like oats, beans, and apples, acts as food or prebiotics for the trillions of beneficial bacteria living in your large intestine. This community of microbes is known as your gut microbiota. When these good bacteria feast on fiber, they produce incredibly beneficial compounds called short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs. You might hear names like butyrate, propionate, and acetate. Butyrate, in particular, is a rock star when it comes to inflammation. These SCFAs do several amazing things. They serve as the primary energy source for the cells lining your colon, helping to maintain a strong and healthy gut barrier. A strong barrier prevents toxins and undigested food particles from leaking into the bloodstream, which is a major trigger for systemic inflammation. Furthermore, these SCFAs, especially butyrate, directly interact with immune cells both in the gut and throughout the body. They help to regulate the immune response, essentially telling overactive immune cells to calm down, thereby reducing the overall inflammatory state. Think of fiber as fuel for an internal anti-inflammatory factory run by your gut microbes. Beyond the gut, fiber also helps reduce inflammation by improving metabolic health. High-fiber foods slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream after meals, leading to better post-meal glucose responses and improved insulin sensitivity over time. Poor blood sugar control and insulin resistance are known drivers of inflammation, so by helping manage these, fiber indirectly lowers inflammation levels too. Interestingly, some research suggests that cereal fiber, the type found abundantly in whole grains, might be particularly effective in reducing markers of inflammation related to cardiovascular disease risk. And emerging studies are even looking into how boosting fiber intake could help counteract acute inflammation in older adults who are ill, potentially by rapidly modulating the gut microbiota. The message is clear: feeding your gut well with fiber is a powerful strategy to cool down inflammation throughout your aging body. Fiber's impact on aging-related diseases. So we know fiber reduces inflammation, but what does this mean for the specific diseases that often accompany aging? The impact is profound and wide-reaching, making fiber a cornerstone of preventive health for seniors. Let's look at some key examples. First, cardiovascular disease. Fiber, especially soluble fiber, helps lower LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, by binding to bile acids in the gut and promoting their excretion. But beyond cholesterol, fiber's potent anti-inflammatory effects, driven by those SCFAs we talked about, help protect the blood vessels themselves from inflammatory damage, reducing the risk of atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries, heart attacks, and stroke. Next, type 2 diabetes. By improving insulin sensitivity and promoting steadier blood sugar levels after meals, fiber directly combats the metabolic dysfunction underlying diabetes. Reducing inflammation also plays a key role here, as inflammation itself can worsen insulin resistance. A high-fiber diet is a fundamental tool for both preventing and managing type 2 diabetes, especially crucial as risk increases with age. Then there are neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Inflammation in the brain, or neuroinflammation, is increasingly recognized as a major player in the development and progression of these devastating conditions. Remember butyrate, that amazing SCFA produced from fiber fermentation? Studies show that butyrate can cross the blood-brain barrier and exert anti-inflammatory and protective effects on brain immune cells, called microglia. By reducing systemic inflammation and potentially directly influencing brain health via the gut-brain axis, a high-fiber diet may offer significant protection against cognitive decline and neurodegeneration. Finally, let's consider cancer. While the link is complex, chronic inflammation is a known risk factor for several types of cancer. Fiber may help reduce this risk by modulating inflammation, supporting a healthy gut environment, which is crucial for immune surveillance against cancer cells, and potentially diluting or binding carcinogens in the digestive tract. What this all means is that consistently getting enough dietary fiber isn't just about digestive regularity. It's a powerful, proactive strategy to lower your risk or lessen the severity of multiple chronic conditions that commonly affect older adults. It's truly preventive medicine on your plate. Top high-fiber foods to fight inflammation for seniors. Okay, you're convinced about the benefits of fiber for fighting inflammation and promoting healthy aging. But where do you find this miracle nutrient? The great news is that fiber is abundant in many delicious and versatile plant foods. Let's highlight some top choices known for their fiber content and anti-inflammatory properties, perfect for incorporating into a senior-friendly diet. First up are whole grains. Think beyond just whole wheat bread. Explore oats, barley, quinoa, brown rice, and buckwheat. Oats and barley are particularly rich in beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber excellent for cholesterol lowering and gut health. Remember that cereal fiber we mentioned being good for cardiovascular inflammation? This is where you get it. Next, legumes. This family includes lentils, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans, peas, and soybeans like edamame. Legumes are fiber powerhouses packed with both soluble and insoluble fiber, plus protein and numerous anti-inflammatory phytonutrients. They are incredibly versatile for soups, stews, salads, and dips. Don't forget fruits. While all fruits offer benefits, some are particularly high in fiber and antioxidants that fight inflammation. Think berries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. Apples, eat the skin. Pears, also skin on. Oranges and bananas. Aim for a variety of colors. Vegetables are another essential fiber source. Focus on cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower. Leafy greens like spinach and kale. Root vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes, and others like green beans and bell peppers. Aim to fill half your plate with vegetables at lunch and dinner. Lastly, nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, and pumpkin seeds are excellent sources of fiber, healthy fats, and anti-inflammatory compounds. Add them to oatmeal, yogurt, salads, or enjoy a small handful as a snack. The key is variety. Eating a wide range of these fiber-rich foods ensures you get different types of fiber, soluble, insoluble, fermentable, along with a broad spectrum of vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that work together to combat inflammation and support overall health. Aim to include several of these categories in your meals every single day. Practical tips to increase fiber. Intake and reduce inflammation. Knowing which foods are high in fiber is one thing, but consistently incorporating them into your daily routine is another. Here are some practical, easy tips to help you boost your fiber intake gradually and effectively, which is important to avoid digestive discomfort like gas or bloating. Start your day strong with fiber. Choose oatmeal topped with berries and seeds or a whole grain cereal. If you prefer eggs, add spinach or enjoy them with a slice of whole wheat toast and avocado. Make fiber the foundation of your meals. Begin lunch or dinner with a salad packed with leafy greens and other vegetables, or a broth-based soup loaded with beans and veggies. This helps fill you up with fiber first. Embrace legumes. Make it a goal to include beans, lentils, or chickpeas in your meals several times a week. Add them to soups, stews, chili, salads, or even blend them into dips like hummus. Snack smart. Swap processed snacks like chips or cookies for whole fruits, a small handful of nuts or seeds, vegetables with hummus, or a small bowl of plain yogurt with fruit. Go gradual. If you're not used to eating a lot of fiber, increase your intake slowly over several weeks. Add one new high-fiber food or increase portion sizes bit by bit to allow your digestive system to adapt. Drink plenty of water. Fiber works best when it absorbs water, helping it move smoothly through your digestive tract. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water per day, possibly more as you increase fiber. Finally, consider consulting a healthcare provider or a registered dietitian. They can offer personalized advice based on your health status, medications, and dietary needs, especially if you're managing chronic conditions. Encouragement and motivation. Small changes, big impact. It might seem like a lot to change, but remember, improving your health through diet isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Even small, consistent changes can have a significant impact on reducing inflammation and boosting your overall well-being. I know someone, let's call her Mary, who was in her late 60s and struggling with joint pain and low energy, classic signs linked to inflammation. Her doctor noted elevated inflammatory markers. Feeling motivated, Mary decided to focus on adding more fiber. She started simply by swapping her usual white toast for oatmeal with berries at breakfast and adding beans to her salad at lunch. Over a few months, combined with other healthy habits, her energy levels improved, her joint discomfort lessened, and her follow-up blood test showed a noticeable decrease in those inflammatory markers. Mary's story shows that you don't need a complete diet overhaul overnight. Reinforce the idea that consistent small dietary adjustments, like adding just one more serving of vegetables, choosing whole grains, or snacking on fruit, can significantly lower inflammation levels and dramatically improve your quality of life as you age. I truly encourage you to take that first step today. What's one fiber-rich food you can easily add to your meals starting now? Summary and clear action steps. Let's quickly recap the key takeaways. We've learned that chronic low-grade inflammation, or inflammaging, is a common challenge in aging linked to serious diseases. Dietary fiber is a powerful natural tool to combat this inflammation, primarily by nourishing our gut microbiome to produce anti-inflammatory short-chain fatty acids. This anti-inflammatory action helps lower the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, neurodegenerative conditions, and potentially certain cancers. The best sources are whole grains, fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Remember to increase your fiber intake gradually and drink plenty of water. Your simple action step for this week: choose just one new high fiber food from the list we discussed and consciously add it to your meals.